Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC.
And I'm JK Lantern.
And welcome to the end of Nintember. It's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely, but I've been loving every minute of it.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone who has managed to either contribute in some way to this, be it actually bringing us some art, or actually spreading the video around. Thank you everyone for all your help.
For those of you who are just stumbling upon this video for the first time, September is the birth month of the company Nintendo. And because Nintendo has inspired gamers to create, to explore, to be the best that they can be for decades now, we decided to do a little something to celebrate.
Yes, we did. And it was amazing seeing everybody come together and show their spirit for Nintendo. It was mind-blowing. We did not expect as much as we did, really.
Yeah, that's true. I was impressed by the stories, by Surat's 30 days of music. That was amazing. All of the art that we got, and just seeing the different things that Nintendo has made that has inspired different people. Because Nintendo really does have something for everybody.
It really does. But yes, as promised, we're going to be showing off all the special art from all the amazing artists we've collected over the course of this. We've painstakingly picked out each of our favorites for each day, and hope you guys enjoy that.
We are also including some links to some of the songs that Surat created.
Yes, his music will be featured in this, and definitely a special thank you to him, because the fact that he managed to create song lyrics for various different Nintendo games over the course of all 30 days is just amazing, and we can't thank him enough for that.
Yes. And likewise, we will be including some excerpts from some of Arahul's stories.
Yes, because he took an interesting take with it by actually taking some of the prompts and making an entire story of that based around that. And they were really well written and they were amazing, and we just had to include them in some way. So we do have moments where we're going to be reading out some different parts of it. So definitely check that. That is going to be fun. And again, we'll have Master Post link in the description below.
But yeah, with that, thank you so much, everybody, and we look forward to continuing to celebrate Nintendo with you, because, again, they have inspired so many gamers.
They really have. And also, a quick little shout out to our internet child, Viola, who helped organize this kind of behind the scenes as well. They helped to collect art, they helped gather up some morale. They've been a big supporter of this whole thing from day one, and we have to give them just all the love for that.
They've probably been the biggest pusher for Nintember, now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep, definitely special thanks to them.
Oh, yeah. But with that, hope you enjoy the music, hope you enjoy the art, the writing, and we'll see you, hopefully, in 2021.
Woo!
Grab your pump and inflate your balloons and fly. Dodge the bird things, they'll pop all your balloons. Dodge the lightning, it chases and shocks you. Dodge the big fish, it eats you, then mocks you. Get to flapping before you fall down and die. Take the trip and see how far you can go. Touch the bubble if you need to go slow. Grab the balloons, try not to miss a one. Journey's the point, just ride on and have fun. Pirates plague on space and time to make a weapon that will kill all. We have a savior who hunts across the universe and she will fight till the last falls. She will never stop until she's full each and every plan, and their heads are on her wall. Raise a glass to Semisaron. I heard you had some money, let me take care of that for you. Why you look at me funny? I'm just taking what I am due. You call it for Mario, that good two-shoes ran away. I'm the mighty Wario, I'm the only one that can save the day. All treasure will be mine before me, or all swine. Golden coins will all shine, give them to me. I'll become more famous than the little plumber hero. Next to me, his strength and skill measures out at 0. That animal abuser who needs a sword when you got a hog. Why doesn't Yoshi eat him? He looks quite tasty as a frog.
She pulled open one of the first pages and pointed to its first picture, showing her with a Pokemon held in her arms in front of a house. This is a picture my mother took of me at the very beginning of my journey. I was only 12 years old then, quite a bit older than you two now, and this here is Sal, back when he was only a Sobble. Why'd you choose a Sobble, Granny? Who else was there? Well, my other choices were a Cyndaquil and a Turtwig, and it was a tough decision. But I think what ultimately got me was that look in Sal's eyes, like he was nervous, unsure of himself, about to burst into tears. I guess I wanted to be the one to help dry them, and help him become strong enough that he'd no longer be constantly sad.
He was no mere would-be conqueror of the Kingdom of Hyrule. He was Ganondorf, one of a long series of incarnations of the ancient curse of demise, and it was his destiny to fight against and be defeated by the one who bears the spirit of the hero and wields the Master Sword, and one who carries the blood of the goddess. Such was their never-ending cycle. Such was the way it always had been, was, and always would be. It was not as though he had not tried to find an alternate route, but no creature can win against the hands of fate. He had tried to cast aside the shadows that lingered around him wherever he went. He had tried to guide away the monsters that watched him from the wilderness, following him in hardly veiled secret and prostrating themselves before him when no civilized creature was looking. And he had to ignore the dark impulses within him that told him to bring destruction and ruin to the land. He had tried, and he had failed. Eventually, he realized that it was no use trying to avoid his fate, and so set about casting his incarnation of terror upon Hyrule, so that a hero and princess may arise and bring his downfall. If he could not have peace in life, perhaps there was peace in death, or banishment, or being sealed away, or turned to stone, or whatever his incarnation of defeat was to be. To some extent, he regretted the problems he had caused. He knew firsthand the consequences of using tainted waters, and having one's home and shelter destroyed. Were things truly up to him, not one of his blights would ever have manifested. But fate and the curse had other plans for him and the kingdom, and he could only hope that, after they brought his downfall, the hero and princess could make things right again.
The Toad stared back at Kolba with some mixture of confusion and shock, then sighed and began to formulate his words properly. It's just, after all the attacks by Bowser on Peach's castle and all the Mario Brothers adventures to stop him, rumors start going around, you know? That the members of Bowser's army will stop at nothing to help him. That they coat themselves with something that makes those aligned with Peach unable to normally touch them without getting hurt. That they're imbued with an evil magic that makes their every move serve some purpose of Bowser's. And now that I say it out loud to you, it sounds completely insane. But when so many around you say something, it kind of affects how you think, you know?
Rin spent most of the afternoon and evening in a quiet dread, having to force himself to eat something and struggling to fall asleep that night, which was already hard enough with the roughness of whatever they used to make the hammocks. A part of him wished the morning would never come, but come it did, and just after the sun had fully risen above the horizon. He was there on Whistling Hill alongside his friend, their parents, and the so-called trial director that he had met only once before. Alright, Rin, you know the route. Once you're sent into the sky, fly southeast to Farron Jungle, then head directly eastward. Just beyond its eastern edge is Tuft Mountain, past which is Lurelin Village, your destination. Land in the designated location to complete your trial of flight. When you are prepared, give your word and assume the starting position. Rin took one final look at the three that had come to see him off. His dearest friend, smiling with as much confidence as ever. Her mother's face embodying a kindness only time can bring. And his own father's eyes, filled with encouragement, even if the rest of his face didn't show it. Nothing could ever truly eliminate the fear he was feeling, nor bring him the courage he lacked. But perhaps their expressions and unending support over the past years would be enough to get him through the imminent ordeal. He took a deep breath, then spread his wings out and loosened his talons. I am ready.
Did you ever have the robot? I don't think they gave it much thought. Gyromite was a game with a puzzle theme. The robot tried to help, but it was a pipe dream. It had to make Top spin, lift him up and down. The arms took so long, Top fell to the ground. The spinner burned through all your D's. That's batteries, not other things. You'd give it a try, then admit defeat, and then just play with your feet. You start off with the princess save. She's locked away in some dank cave. Although we know this is a tad cliche, we drop plot to work on gameplay. You're weaker than a newborn foal. You'll have to grind to reach your goal. You'll have to jog in laps around that town before slimes cannot bring you down. But soon enough you will gain strength, although you now know this game's length. You haven't even finished plot point 1. I hope grinding can bring you fun. It's time to explore countryside. Dive deep in caves but bring a light. But cross a bridge and you'll get teeth kicked in. Are you ready to grind again? I know I haven't made this game seem like much fun. I know some have compared it to dung. But this game had to forge on and cut its own groove. Who'd have thought that it all would run smooth? I could list all the quests that feel like busy work. I could gripe about stairs like a jerk. But this game deserves more than my juvenile snark. All these words and I just missed the mark. This game paved a clear road for the JRPG. I wonder without this where they'd be. Time has not been too kind to this game, I must say. However, it is still fun to play. Here's the trendsetter for most every RPG on consoles for the next decade or so, although the name doesn't seem right. With trademark, they found it best to change the name from Dragon Quest and other registers, like names of towns and names of some characters. But it is the same game, it's worthy of the acclaim. Though some bugs are found, this game is world renowned. What can I say about this game today that hasn't been said in hope or dismay? Earthbound recalls some fond memories. I slip into reveries. I could go on about all of the quirk of how the grind could feel like busy work. But no, I think I'll let you explore, and it will mean that much more. And when you save everyone with your friends, you'll all go on to meet your different ends. The road was long, but you carried on. Your home awaits with the dawn. Cookies come, top and sides, line them up to clear them. I thought I would sing of food, but this composer was slightly rude. This song is just Seiko's post. I hope they were haunted by next ghost. Let's move on anyway. There isn't much to say about the gameplay. Slide rows, columns too. Line them up before they overwhelm you. Wait a tick, I recognize this. I think Nexo Rhapsody Hungarian from Lish, you see. Although most people know this only because they sell Tom and Jerry. I guess plagiarism happens, so just buckle up and strap in. And with copy after copy, YouTube only strikes me